Hey folks, welcome to John Gillespie's Waters and Woods. It is absolutely a miserable day for March the 31st. It's 35 degrees, it's cloudy, and we got a chilly east wind, but we're going to try for crappies in Walworth County.
Fleet Farm presents John Gillespie's Waters and Woods. Fleet Farm, the ultimate fishing headquarters.
Just a big, beautiful fish. Oh, is that awesome? Holy moly! Oh my God! It's a huge fish! It's a huge fish!
This is amazing.
What do you got?
Oh my gosh.
Hey, welcome back, folks. As I mentioned at the top of the program, we're in Walworth County in southeastern Wisconsin. And because of the coronavirus, we're staying close to where I live. And we are practicing social distancing today. We've got our buddy Captain Caleb Zorn and his brother Elijah with us, and they're going to be in the front of the boat. I'm going to be in the back of the boat. But Caleb, when you got really cold weather like this, 35, 36 degrees, can you still catch these crappies?
Yeah, John, these fish, these cold mornings, you know, we started here pretty early, they're going to be a little lethargic, and we might have to go over to minnows and actually use live bait to entice these fish, because I think they're going to be pretty lethargic throughout the day. We even got a little snow coming down with some sleet.
Hey folks, let's show what we're using and how we're using it. All of that coming up right after this.
I wasn't happy with the layout, the setup, the performance of the other boats that were out there. Each boat has its own little good thing and its own little bad thing. I tried to meld all of that together to make a boat that was as good as can be to satisfy everyone. We feel that Recon's better than other boats for performance, whole shot. Every boat is a custom order built specifically for the customer. Recon is priced typically much lower than the competitors and still keep the quality there and the performance there. I like to see the finished product, see it leave on a trailer ready for the water. The overall satisfaction of building a vehicle, building something people can enjoy, get out and fish in.
Hey folks, you can win this all-new 2020 Yamaha X2 XTR. This is the same machine that we use on the show. Of course, we depend on Yamaha ATVs and side-by-sides to get us where we need to go to catch fish. Now you have a chance to win this one for yourself. This XTR Edition Wolverine is ready for extreme adventure with a factory-installed Warn winch, special edition paint, color-matched wheels, and aggressive GBC Dirt Commander tires. It's really easy to enter. Find the link on our Facebook, Instagram, or website. Good luck.
What's the difference between a good net and a great net? Simple. It's all in the features. Fortis nets by Clam Outdoors are tough, safe on fish, easy to use, and a telescoping handle. Learn more about Fortis nets at clamoutdoors.com.
Welcome back, folks. We're crappie fishing in Walworth County in southeastern Wisconsin. And what happens, folks, after the ice goes out on all of our lakes in the Midwest, the crappies head into the shallows. Usually they're looking for the warmest water in the lake, which normally is the north end of any lake that you fish. So start there, and we're fishing a weed flat. And I'm going to start out with my favorite crappie bait, the Kalin's Crappie Scrub. And these little Kalin jigs are really awesome because they have a little wire keep on them like that. So when you thread your crappie scrub up there, that crappie scrub stays in place even after you've caught several fish. And the other technique, Caleb, this time of the year is we're going to be using live minnows too. And you like that Eagle Claw Gold hook, right?
Yeah, you know, like I said before, that long shank that gives the ability for that minnow to do a lot of swimming around. We're just tail hooking it, and it's got great action, and the gold hook will throw off a little flash on these cloudy days and hopefully entice these crappies to bite.
And again, that's an Eagle Claw
Aberdeen
hook.
Yep.
And you know what? Eagle Claw is what? The only hook.
Made in the USA.
Boy, that didn't take long, did it, buddy?
Did not take long, John.
Now these are big crappies?
These are big crappies. You know, we're down here fishing just a little bobber and a minnow.
Wow, that is a dandy to start the day. Look at the size of that crappie. Hold them up and lip them there, Caleb.
Yeah.
I can't help you out with the net because I got to keep my social distancing. Boy, is that a beauty. Now, is that way, way above average there, Caleb?
I would almost have to say this is average for here, John.
You got to be kidding me.
No, look at the size of that thing. It's a beautiful crappie.
And that was on a gold hook in the middle?
Correct.
That's 2 in a row for you, huh?
Yeah, John, just real slow, just letting the wind take it like you said before. It's a little smaller one, but still a nice fish.
Now, folks, what we're going to talk about, too, is selective harvesting today. And if you're going to keep a crappie, you release the first one that Caleb caught like we did.
Yep.
And you keep these 10-11s, right? But look, that's still a beautiful
I mean, this
crappie.
is a beautiful crappie, John. There was that gold hook right in the top of the mouth. But
You know, everybody is used to you guiding us on Lake Michigan, but you do a lot of guiding on inland lakes.
yeah, you know, and not even guiding. I spend a lot of time out here fishing inland throughout the summer and the fall with a lot of friends. You know, we come out, it's pretty relaxing to get away from the big lake, a little warmer water, whether we come out fishing, just hanging out, boating out here. It's pretty nice, but yeah, I do spend a lot of time out here.
Now that one was on the crappie scrub, and I don't know if this is a crappie. If it is, it's a pretty big one there, Caleb. That rod's bending pretty good. It might be a bass, though. Whoa, it is a nice largemouth bass. And you know, that's an interesting deal here, folks, that I want to talk about if I can. Largemouth bass fishing, the rules have changed in Wisconsin this year. You can now fish largemouth bass catch and release only starting on April 1st, which is tomorrow. So it's catch and release only, largemouth and smallmouth in the state of Wisconsin. And then after opening day, the first Saturday in May, you can keep them if you want. That's a nice bass though. They're cruising around with the crappies, Caleb. What do you got back there? I just missed a crappie.
I think it's a
Look at that. That's a northern pike as we continue our multi-species angling. Well, you know, they're all in here looking for warmer water, right, Caleb?
Yeah, and this is probably the warmest you're going to find on the lake.
And it's still, you know, like I said earlier, you need a couple of sunny days. But actually, you know, tomorrow is April 1st. When you really think about it, we're just at the very beginning of the good crappie fishing, right?
Yeah, a lot, like we said before, a lot of these lakes down here in Southeast, we're just starting. I mean, this might be a little early, but this bite's going to get really good all around.
I got one in the front, Caleb.
In the back.
This guy is going to be the smallest crappie of the day, but I'll tell you what, folks, look at how he ate that crappie scrub. I mean, that thing is, whoops, that thing was way down in there. Well, we got into a spot where we're actually getting quite a few bites here. And the crappies aren't as big as the ones we started out with. But you know what? That's a nice eating crappie right there, folks. And there's that eagle claw gold hook. And like I said earlier, that gives a little bit of flash off in the water and attracts the crappies over. And again, tail hook in the middle like that so it can move around. That's 3 in a row. I got the good spot here in the back of the boat, folks. Don't I, Caleb? As far as casting is concerned, this one feels a little bit better, Caleb.
Need the net back there?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a beauty. Look at that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's a beautiful
That's what
fish.
we were after.
That really is. Stay away from me, okay?
Yep.
Boy, look at this, folks. You want to look at a crappie. That is gorgeous right there. That's a 12-incher. And again, I swear that eagle claw, that gold Aberdeen hook, I've been using those since I was a kid. They really do attract the fish. There we go.
You need the net back there?
Yep. I'll tell you what, I don't know if this is a crappie, it's big. It's fighting like crazy. Yeah, nice little bass there.
Yeah.
But I will tell you, folks, seriously, with this new bass deal, catch and release in Wisconsin, it just adds another month to the season for you if you want to come out and fish these. And what I would start out on are the weed flats from last year, you know, that 5 to 8 feet of water. And on a bright sunny day, use your bow mount and cruise along until you spot some. It's a fun way to fish them. I was just saying, to poor Elijah up there in the front of the boat, I got the honey hole back here and he can't cast.
How's that feel, John?
Pretty darn good, Caleb.
Okay.
Yeah, another eater size right there.
Yeah.
That's another eater. This is one after another though now, buddy. We got two on. Okay, Elijah's got one on. I'll kind of rush mine in. Here he comes. Look at this guy, man. Whoa!
Oh, jeez, John.
Throwing in a big one. What do you got there, Elijah?
It just popped off.
Well, he just lost his. But that's another beauty right there, huh, Caleb?
That is a big fish, John.
And tail hook those minnows, man. It makes them a lot more active in the water. Yeah, these are beautiful average size fish, folks, really are. I do have the best spot on the boat because I get to cast with the wind, folks. Okay, Caleb, here he comes. And, ooh, yeah. That's a feisty little guy that you don't even have to net there for me. Again, that's the eater size, folks. The 12, 13s, and 14s are the throwback size. And it is interesting, Caleb, as much as we moved today and had one or two bites, you pulled into a spot now and these fish are in here like crazy. But is it the fish just got active or is it the spot, do you think?
You know what, John? I think it's a little bit of both. You know, like you said before, we had some fish right away and then it really slowed up and, you know, we covered a lot of water. And I think the fish just got active and we, you know, been covering a lot of water and we landed on a pretty good school of them.
What happened? All of a sudden these fish are going nuts, man.
John, this is kind of what I was hoping for. You know, like we said before, we started out in the morning a little slow, but I think a lot of that had to do with the cold water and the temperatures.
Just another gorgeous fish. And that is one thing I want to mention, folks, when you're fishing in the spring like this, and heck, we are still in late winter actually, but when you're fishing this time of year, Caleb, it does not pay to get up at 5 a.m.
It does not, especially with these temperatures. I think at 5 a.m. it was like 30 degrees out around here. We actually had a few snow flurries so far today, but you know, later on in the days, and with the sun going down now at 7 o'clock, with the days being a little bit longer with the sun up, I think a lot of these fish, they get active in the afternoons.
Hold them out. I mean, come on, walk up to the camera, Elijah. That's a beautiful fish. But Caleb, you know, we find that even for walleyes too, midday early in the year is best.
Yes.
What is that, 1 second later, he just threw his back?
He just threw his back.
So you're running two rods?
I am back here.
Yeah.
Or up front.
Oh, that's an 11-incher, right? Maybe 12?
Probably 12, John.
Yeah.
Just a beautiful fish.
Yeah, I mean, when average size is just phenomenal, buddy. It really is. And again, the key today was moving around. If we didn't move around, if we sat in one place, we'd be dead.
Yeah, these fish, you know, they're moving, and you got to be moving to stay on them. And like you said, we just landed on a beautiful school, and like you said before, the size of these fish are awesome.
We are fishing the lakes of Walworth County, a 1.5-hour drive from Milwaukee, 2.5 hours from Chicago, and 4.5 hours from Minneapolis.
Have you ever wondered what oil goes in your vehicle or your ATV? Well, at AMSOIL, we've got some industry-leading lookup guides that we spend a ton of time maintaining. So you could type in your snowmobile, you could type in your truck, you could type in your everyday commuter car, and it'll tell you what oil, what filter, and how much of each you need. You can also add your vehicle to the AMSOIL garage, and then it's saved. So next time you need an oil change, you just click a button. For more information, check out AMSOIL.com.
The first thing that we're going to do today is attack panfish in the basin of the lake.
Just gives it a little extra flavor or smell.
Fishing jumbo perch in Devil's Lake, North Dakota. This is not too early to come out and catch walleyes, huh?
It's never too early.
This middle of May stuff for walleyes, it's cool.
It's a night and day difference putting the bait mate on.
This is ranked as one of the top smallmouth destinations in the world. And that bait mate does work, doesn't it?
It does.
August is a great time to come here. We're going to be targeting lake trout today. It's fall. Well, yeah, it is fall. It's really a blast coming out here musky fishing.
Catch more fish all year long with Baitmate Fish Attractant. Check it out at baitmate.com.
Over time, there's always been this game of nip and tuck with professional shallow water guides, balancing weight with power. With the new 140 G2, now I have an inline 3-cylinder that will still allow me to float in less than 10 inches of water. The bonus is I've got all the power and torque I want now, and I've got way more speed than I deserve.
Now, see, the back of the boat's cool off a tad.
Yeah, I just threw that one back, and I'm gonna try to flip this one in. I don't know how well it's gonna work.
I'll cast where you were then.
Here we go.
Now there's, again, the eater, folks, right there. And you know, the beauty of doing this show on March the 31st is the fact that this is just the beginning, as we said before. This goes into the middle of May on a lot of our lakes.
Yeah, and like you said, this is just starting, and you know, I'm going to give the guys a few shout outs at the, oop, you hooked up, Elisha, a few shout outs at the bait shop because, you know, we're using minnows and it's pretty hard for guys to get to the stores and get some bait. So like people up in Delafield with Dick Smith and Gillespie Sporting Goods in Kenosha, they're staying open so we can get our minnows and get out of here and have a great day.
I want to mention too that our friends at Fleet Farm, a lot of our stores have live bait for guys too.
It's a big one.
That's another beauty right there, man. They're all over us. And I think we just found the right depth of water, which is 7.7 feet.
Look at the size of that.
And you know, you're fishing, you're setting your bobbers pretty close to the bottom.
Yeah, John, we're probably a little over halfway down, and you know, crappies, when they get active here, they suspend, and that's exactly what they're doing right now.
Elijah, are you having fun?
I'm having an excellent time out here.
Really? You'd rather be here than at home watching TV?
Don't tell my wife, but yeah.
Oh, okay. It seems like the school moved a little bit to the right.
Yeah, John, and actually they're moving in a little shallower right now, you know.
Well, it feels a little warmer now.
The wind stopped and it's getting real nice out.
Hey, I do want to remind the folks, though, you know, you've been on our show for many years doing the Lake Michigan thing. You actually guide pretty much the whole state, and you have your captain's license.
Yeah, John, I'm always traveling, you know, there's always good bites to be had, and whether it's on the Mississippi River, you know, down here in Southeast, Lake Michigan, I'm kind of all over.
And you know the Bay of Green Bay really well.
Yes, I do.
So you're available?
I am, John.
After the coronavirus.
After the coronavirus, hopefully we can kick this.
Well, let's see here. I got a teensy guy there.
Another good eater,
Another
John.
good eater size right there. And that's small here, folks. Now, Caleb, you were right, buddy, and get out, and it can be any lake, like I said. That's the cool thing, and the rule of thumb is look on the north end of the lake first, old weeds, mucky bottom, and the warmest water in the lake, and you will find crappies. Breaking news from Fleet Farm. Check out this deal. The Red Hot Google Eye Jig is on sale, a pack for just $3.99. The Google Eye Jigs, a full pack for just $3.99. There we go. That is so, you watch those stick bobbers go up like that, and it's so much fun. No, I'll just flip them in like that. There you go, folks. Another good eater, but it's so much fun. Those stick bobbers stand up like that. Crappies don't always take the bobber down. A lot of times the bobber will lay flat, go up, move side to side, and you know, so keep an eye on your bobber. Any kind of a movement in the bobber can be a crappie, because a lot of times crappies will hit and take the bait up. Well, I got one on the crappie scrub this time.
You gonna need the net, John?
I don't know. Well, here he comes, and there you go. 2 more degrees of water temp, folks, and the plastic's going to outfish the minnows. There's no question in my mind. And that lemon meringue color is truly one of my favorites right there. And see that little keeper that I showed you at the beginning of the show? It keeps the scrub right up there.
Morning, Tom. Well, we obviously cannot meet in person, but you mentioned that you might have a great tip for our viewers for cooking at home.
Yeah, Ryan, good morning. You know, unfortunately, we can't be together. Johnsonville takes social distancing very, very seriously, so that's why we can't come together. But we've got a great tip for your viewers to make great tasting Johnsonville fresh dinner, sausage, and breakfast at home. Now, they can use the Sizzling Sausage Grill Plus. If they don't have one, they should get one. Otherwise, the oven works fantastic, and that's what I did. So this morning, I cooked fresh breakfast sausage. It's really simple. Preheat your oven to 350 degrees, put it in the oven for 16 minutes, turn it once halfway through, and that's it.
Quick question, would I be able to do that with the regular fresh, like brats or Italians?
Absolutely. Why don't you give it a try?
Hey, Tom, I made spaghetti for lunch.
Are you still in your pajamas?
No.
How did using the oven go?
It was actually really easy. Just preheat the oven to 350 and cook for 20 minutes. I just turned them once halfway through. Then I just cut up the sausage and I added it to my spaghetti. A super quick way to make a meal at home.
Feels like a good one up here.
Well, we're just, like I said, we're throwing everything back. We just want to see if we can catch a giant. Now that is a slobby right there, buddy. Hold that one up. Now that's 12, right?
Oh yeah, that's all at 12.
And you know what's cool? These crappies aren't vulnerable all summer long. They go out deep and suspend, and that's why, to preserve the population, just keep, a half dozen and 10 of the smaller ones.
Exactly, John. I tell all my people that all the time. Nobody's got to come out and take 25. This is an awesome right here. You get 10, 12 of these, you'd have a great meal.
Yeah, we had a little teensy bit of a lull, folks, but we haven't moved. And there's a little one right there. Hey folks, want to give you a little bit of an update on the stay-at-home order or stay safe at home order from the governor. April 1st is tomorrow. Well, you'll be watching this on April the 1st. You do need new fishing licenses effective April 1st. And if you can't get them at a bait shop, I think they suspended that. You can get them online at Go Wild. That's the Wisconsin state license. And again, all our state parks and all of our boat launches that are state owned are still open. And the one edict that the governor would like you to do is stay in your community, fish in your area. And I also want to mention that we have a media pass as a show to film shows during the course of this, so we'll try to bring you new fishing trips every week.
The Kalen's Google Eye swim bait features a built-in glass rattle in the head that puts off awesome vibration and noise. Also features a wire keeper that locks on your favorite soft plastic paddle tail. The Kalen's Google Eye swim bait, available in 4 sizes and 4 colors.
Johnson Pump makes the best aeration systems in the world. In fact, most major boat manufacturers exclusively use Johnson Pump aeration systems. Johnson Pump also makes portable aeration kits. It's like having a bait shop right along with you. Our exclusive tiny bubbles stay longer in the water, providing more oxygen while removing harmful carbon dioxide. That keeps your expensive live bait frisky and ready to catch more fish. Johnson Pump aeration systems, great for your bucket, cooler, or boat. And remember folks, get Johnson Pumped!
What lies beneath can no longer hide. New Mega Imaging Plus uses high-frequency sonar to show you fish and structure up to 200 feet below your boat and 200 feet out to either side. No more secrets, no more guesswork, just a clearer picture of the world below, down to a fish's species and direction. Because more detail means more of this. Whoa. Only from Humminbird.
Ooh, my crappie scrub is coming to life. I don't know if this is a crappie, it's big. It's probably a bass. Let's see. Oh no, that is, now that's the crappie scrub at work there. Look at how he ate that scrub, And we have not moved again, folks. There's my crappie scrub. I think that's called lemon meringue or something like that. But beautiful. And that crappie scrub has been the hottest bait in the Midwest the last several years, Caleb. And just popping that bobber with it underneath it. Crappie scrub is turning on. Crappie scrub is turning on. Ooh, there's another. Whoa, flipping these in. I'll tell you what, I went to flip these in earlier in the day, Caleb. Look at the size of that one.
That is a big fish, John.
On that scrubberoo. That 1 degree, that little bit warmer temperature in the afternoon has made the plastic turn on. And it's kind of nice because I don't have to dig my hands into the minnow bucket,
It's now time to announce this week's winners of the Fleet Farm, John Gillespie's Waters and Woods 2020 Fishing Contest.
James Charles of Malone caught this 31-inch walleye on Little Bay to knock on a sucker. Bill Hagee of Merrill iced this 10-inch bluegill on Fox Lake on a jig and a waxworm. John Wilde of Plymouth caught this 15-inch crappie on Elkhart Lake on a Castmaster. Eric DeShong of Waukesha caught this 22-inch largemouth on Fox Lake on a shiner. And this week's kids winners are Zachary Kreider of Franklin caught this 10-inch bluegill on Silver Lake on a jig and spike, and Maze Marchand of Chillicothe, Illinois caught this 21-inch sauger on the Illinois River on a Google-Eye jig.
Each week, I shop online at fleetfarm.com to check out the latest deals. Check out what I found this week. $4 off the low fleet price on Suffolk's 832 braid fishing line on sale for $12.99. And the Fenwick Eagle spinning or trolling rod on sale starting at $39.99, saving $20.
You know, that crappie scrub, those legs move so well that even a little bit of waves that we have will move it. Ooh, that's a Jim.
See the net?
Jim Dandarooney there. Look, that's a wow. Look at that fish. Look at that. Whoa, I got to grab him.
That is a giant crappie,
Yep,
John.
Yep, and that crappie scrub was just still. But those teeny little legs, man, just a little bit of movement is all you got to have, and they do that deal in the water.
Your other bobber, John.
Isn't that a big one? Wow. Ooh, second cast in a row. This one is actually on the minnow here, folks. Boy, these are just beautiful, beautiful fish, man. Look at that. Another beautiful crappie on the old gold hook and the tail hook minnow. Wow. Caleb, faster. Oh, you got one.
Oh, got it.
Oh, you missed him. Captain Caleb Zorn guides all of Wisconsin on a daily basis. For more information, give Caleb a call. That phone number is 262-515-7944. 515-7944. Oh, Pete, I'm getting too old for this.
So, John, you haven't heard of Brian's Custom Steps?
Oh, Pete, those are awesome. How can I get a set?
Yeah, I love these big no-slip platforms, and they're made right here in Wisconsin.
For more information on Brian's Custom Steps, call 920-315-0333.
From the kennel to the coop, whatever the season, Fleet Farm has everything to keep your animals happy and healthy. Whether it's keeping the backyard birds well-fed season, mastering those retrieval skills season, or wondering who takes care of who season. There's a reason people say if Fleet Farm doesn't have it, you don't need it, because we have it all. Fleet Farm, built for real life.
I'll tell you what, folks, when you can catch close to 40 crappies when it's 37 degrees and you have an east wind, you have had a great day. And I want to mention again, folks, we practiced social distancing today, and we do have a media pass to film our shows around the state, even though we're staying close to southern Wisconsin. Well, that is our show for today, folks. Please join us next week. I don't know where we're going to fish yet. We will find a place somewhere. Until I'm John Gillespie, hoping to see you enjoying John Gillespie's Waters and Woods.
Hey, John Gillespie. This is me and everything done here.